like the reactions that many of you are having to this election, they ultimately mean nothing. They don't mean anything. I appreciate that people are unhappy. I understand that you're upset. Do you need to post the suicide hotline? Do you think that's appropriate? Do you think it is appropriate to take time away from people who are genuinely suicidal? There are people that have been suicidal for months or years that utilize that service because they want to check out. And you're calling it the day after the election because you're upset. That's not what a helpline is for. A helpline, I don't know if people need to hear this, or a helpline is not for people being upset over a presidential election. That's not what it's for. It's for people who have genuine problems that are going to jump off a bridge or take too many pills or end it with maybe a firearm. I don't know. That is who it's for. It is not for you because you are upset about the outcome of the presidential election. Also, when you see the helplines that people are sharing, you can see why the election went the way it did. Because it's not one helpline. Why unite? It's 17 helplines. If you are a BIPOC person, call this. If you are Southeast Asian and trans, call that one. If you are a Quaker, call. There's too much going on with the helplines. I don't understand. They're like, why did we lose? Why did we lose? Anyway, here's 27 suicide hotlines that correspond to every single thing about yourself. If you are non-binary and Scottish, call this line because they are well-versed in the non-binary community in Scotland, and so they can handle this. Do you understand how silly it all is? How silly it looks to people? And I know people are angry. You can be angry. You can be sad. You can be mad. These are all emotions that you can have. And you can be fired up. And that's all good. These are all good things. These are all good things. It is curious to post the hotline and then say you're at your breaking point, and then 13 minutes, I counted later, post a tasting menu from a 5-star restaurant that you were attending for your friend's birthday. That is curious behavior. Obviously, the election happened last week. We don't have a result yet. We think Trump won. We don't know. And people are mad, and comedians are mad. And comedians are mad because Donald Trump and J.D. Vance went on podcasts. And had they not done that, it may have been different. This generational rebuke of everything that the Democratic Party has stood for, we're going to blame losing the Senate, the presidency, and most likely the House. We're going to blame that on 4 or 5 podcasters. You get it? People with podcasts. They're the ones who are at fault. Everything went down in flames across the board. Donald Trump won every swing state and gained with every demographic, including Latinos, blacks, across the board. He did incredibly well. Kamala did not outdo Biden in any of the states. Most of the ballot measures that were, for example, in California, things like bringing back harsher penalties for looting a store or a flash mob running in and grabbing stuff, most of those ballot measures passed. The liberal DA, George Gascon in California, was replaced with a guy named Nathan Hochman, something like that. He promised to bring back stiffer penalties for crime. People across the board, Oakland, where people are insane there, recalled, I believe, the mayor. They went more right-wing. In Oakland, they went more right-wing. And it's the fault of a few podcasters. I can't. That's the lesson to be learned here. Every single thing that you wanted to happen did not happen. Every single thing across the board. The people of Oakland, the conservative people of Oakland decided that they wanted to have a functioning society. That's what happened in the election, by the way, whether you like it or not. People decided they wanted a functioning society. They said, I would like society to function.